Hey, welcome to another episode of The Goalpost, and I'm joined by my homies, Mongameli Tandani and
What up?
Sam. What's happening, Jits?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Are you
I
doing
know,
X?
I know I'm awesome, man. You guys, Ninja.
No, we secret.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good, man.
yeah.
I'm supporting SA today.
Of
SA is playing
course.
against SA is playing against Zim, but yeah, I'm supporting SA. So
Ah,
all
Sam,
good.
that is.
What?
Wow, bro. Sam, that.
Betraying,
Thank you.
betraying his countrymen.
No.
Yeah.
If Zim had like a chance of like going through, then I would support them. But then I've seen a chance, so I better have SA in. And then yeah, I support a team. So yeah,
Smart man, smart man.
Smart man, man. Hey, hopefully we get over the finish line because I saw Ghana drew with Ethiopia. Hopefully we
Ethiopia.
can get a
Yeah,
result,
yeah.
And yeah, man. Hopefully, what's our coach's name again? He's the guy who won the AFCON with Cameroon. I forgot his name.
You go, Bruce.
Yeah, Hugo. Yeah, Hugo Ball, dog. Hugo Ball, more elite than Ole Ball. And yeah, man. Let me just quickly
Anything
share
is
my.
more elite than Ole Ball, dog.
Yeah, I bet it, dog. Ole has been, stealing for a living, bro. But yeah, gents, let's get into it. So, in today's episode, guys, we'll be rating the Premier League managers that are still active. As you can
Yeah,
see, instead of discussing the ones that have been sacked, like I've just added them there because
yeah.
yeah,
I was very
it's
sad about
cold.
Nuno, man. I'm still sad about
Yeah,
Nuno.
yeah. And before we even start, guys, let's discuss the guys who've been sacked, man. I mean, Steven Gerrard has been appointed as Aston Villa manager to replace Dean Smith. What's your take on that, gents? Do you think Gerrard is gonna flourish, or the Premier League's gonna teach him a lesson or two?
I think personally, I think the Premier League's going to teach him a lesson or two. Like, yes, he
Yeah,
did the things with Rangers, and
yeah.
Rangers hadn't won the league for a very long time. So I really respect him for that. But this is the Prem, dog, and it's not like he's picking up a mid-level team, a mid-table team. Sorry, he's taking a team that's, not doing that great right now. So it's going to be a challenge for him.
Yeah, and then you, Sam?
Yeah. No, agreed. I think he needs that, props for the time he went into the team. Rangers were like going through a tough time. And he managed to usurp Celtic. I think Celtic had won like 9 in a row at the time.
Yeah, yeah,
So it shows that there is something. So hopefully, Villa is the perfect place. And I think everyone knows that the path is Aston Villa, then his main team, Liverpool. So after
Yeah,
Klopp, I think everyone knows that everyone is eyeing him to like take over. And I think in terms of football management, I think it's a nice role for him as well because expectations are high, but at the same time you can play around position 10, 11, 12 with Aston Villa. So in terms of him just learning his trade, yeah, it is a good move. Although I thought it was harsh. I know Dean had lost 5,
yeah.
but then I thought it was harsh because Dean has, yeah, the guy took them up, had a good season, and I don't know. I thought it was harsh.
Can I
Yeah.
can I
Yeah,
ask? Can I ask? Do you
yeah.
guys think um he's not okay, he's not guaranteed the Liverpool job, but do you think he'll still be a contender if he flops at Aston Villa? Obviously
Wow.
Hmm.
the name, Steven Gerrard, but if he does
Yeah.
badly at Aston Villa, like come on.
But
Same
then
thing with Xavi. If Xavi did bad, I think he was coaching in Qatar. Was he in
Yeah,
Qatar?
Qatar, yeah,
Qatar.
If
Qatar.
he did badly at Qatar, I don't think Barca were gonna call him back. So yeah,
Yeah.
just wanted to know.
Hmm.
I,
You
I
go
I don't know,
first,
right?
Sam.
Because I think the problem is what is doing okay and what is doing bad. That's why I think Villa is such a good place for him. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Villa is one of those teams that they were overachieving at some point, playing around sixth, and then but you can also accept them being a mid table team. So as for his experience and everything, I think finishing within the top 10 will make sure that he continues on his path to like his home. But yeah, it's tough because after watching Frank at Chelsea, now you kind of don't know, like, is Frank
Mm.
elite? Is he good? Is he, so yeah.
Yeah, no,
Makes
that's so true. Even with me, man, I echo your sentiment. The last part, I was gonna, of course, use the Frank comparison, but at least with Gerard, I mean, his CV is far better than Frank's. I mean, Rangers were unbeaten last season. I mean, they didn't lose a single game in the
yeah.
Europa League. They went into the latter stages of the tournament. So yeah, man, I think it's a gamble in the sense that it's his first time like managing in the Premier League. So the Premier League is a different ball game. I mean, we all know that you can be elite in another league, but as soon as you step into the Premier League, it's a different ball game. It's like look at Nuno. Nuno used to coach FC Porto. He went to Wolves. I think his Wolves team was solid. It was very difficult to beat them. I hated that fixture, man. Like whenever it's United versus Wolves, I'd always knew that it's either we're gonna draw or these motherfuckers are gonna beat us. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like all the best. All I can say is that all the best to the guy, man. I wish him nothing but success, just not against Man United. He can, beat other teams except us. And yeah, gents, I feel like the other guys, like Daniel, who's this guy? Daniel, no, yeah, Daniel Farker. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name
Is
correctly.
it official now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Norwich have parted ways with him as well after he won his
Also,
first game this season.
is it true that Frank is coming in there?
It's still rumors and speculations, but what do you guys think it would be a good move for Frank to take on a team that is, of course, in the relegation battle? Because I mean, things didn't work out for him at Chelsea, bruh, with the sort of players he had there. Now he's gonna have about Timo Pukki. He's gonna have Brandon Williams at left back. I mean, do you guys think he'll
I
flourish?
don't think he's gonna flourish
Yeah,
because for me personally, like you said earlier, X, like his CV
yeah,
is not like
yeah,
stacked, so he lacks that experience first and foremost. He went to Chelsea where they gifted him with money, and he already stepped into a team which had quality players. Now it's literally the opposite, bro. He's stepping into a team where the quality's bad, the team's in a bad position. He doesn't have money. January's coming up. I don't think he'll be able to attract players like who's gonna follow him from Chelsea, for example. He doesn't have that pool where he can drag players that are on Chelsea's bench to Norwich. Even
yeah.
on loan. So I don't think it's the greatest move for the guy. But hey,
Yeah, yeah. And you, Sam?
Yeah, no, I agree. It doesn't seem like it's best suited. I think what we don't want to see Frank become is one of those kind of guys who you call upon when a team is down,
Yeah,
because those kind of jobs, we know the kind of managers who you need when a team is there. So I think it's a different challenge. So maybe for a young coach, with the way Norwich also likes to play, maybe it'll work. But I'm a bit unsure. Like, is this right for you? And I think this is one of those where if it doesn't work out, then we're like, Frank, nah,
yeah,
dog.
see, exactly.
Yeah,
It's gonna really ruin his reputation, bro. If it
yeah,
doesn't work
yeah,
out, he's gonna be labeled as he'll be in that Steve Bruce tier, that coach that man isn't gonna really do much for your team. It's vibes. So yeah, guys, let's get started, guys. First and foremost, David Moyes, guys. Where would you guys put David Moyes?
really, really good job for me.
Yes. Yeah. And then you, Sam, Doug?
uh, I'm laughing because we were told he should be the next Fergie. So I'm just looking at that.
What a time! What a time!
uh,
Imagine, bro. Imagine Moyes is doing better than us at the moment. It's crazy.
yo, and
Dude.
he's
Uh,
beating a team that piped us 5-0, bro. He beat Liverpool 3-2, dog.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Moyes is really punching above his weight. But one of the things I like about Moyes is Moyes wasn't afraid to let people go.
yeah,
So when he came into the team, there was Felipe Anderson and the like. Hala, I know Hala is now doing great at Ajax,
yeah,
but he wasn't afraid to change things up with players who you thought where would actually hold the team. So yeah, I agree. Moyes
yeah,
is
yeah.
doing great there.
And then one last question, guys. Do you think we should have gave him more time? San, san,
Hey,
san.
That's always going to be the debate with Manchester United, because we've always been a club that has dynasties. Like we mess up we fuck up the league for a good 10 to 15 years. That's what we do. So in doing that, we always, well, with Fergie, before him, I think it was Roy Atkinson. Um,
yeah.
and we always give coaches time, or we gave Fergie time. So recently we haven't been giving coaches time, and it's a bit unfair. Personally, I think if we gave Jose more time, something could have happened. But
Hey,
Agree.
not Moyes for me. Not
trouble,
Moyes for me.
Sam. Ah, you made Sam stay, bro. That
Yeah,
statement.
yeah, yeah. Jose, Jose is here. He's here.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
know.
no, I agree with you. Like I also think Moyes. It was a very difficult situation, but again, I'm finding myself going back to these former players who've been there, who were there during our great time, because the Ferdinand speaks about during their time they used to mock Moyes. They used to be like, nah, dog. So it was one of those like things where Moyes' name was so small compared to Rooney, compared to Ferdinand, compared to
Yeah,
Evra, and I feel like we are now back in that at this moment in time where Cristiano, Bruno, Sancho, and everyone are looking at the manager and going, nah, dog, like you
yeah.
like exactly. So I think it needs to be a perfect fit all the time. Like when you get a manager and you take certain players there, you know. So I also agree. I don't think he should have been given more time. But who knows, eh? Who knows? Who
Yeah, who
knows?
knows? Dog, hindsight is 2020, I guess.
Obvious,
And then,
always.
yeah. And then, guys, the next manager, let me think. Okay, Bruno, guys. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Is it Laga or is it Lag? It's R
Lag,
A
whatever.
G.
We know
Yeah,
who
Lag,
he
I
is.
think.
Lag.
Bruno
Yeah.
Lag. Yeah.
Where would you guys put Bruno Lag? For Wolves.
Sam,
I would say he's doing okay. And I
agreed.
wish I could put him in the real is doing a really good job, because he was very unfortunate, because I think his first three games he lost 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wolves were playing good football, bro. So
yeah,
I think he understands the 3-5-2 formation, or however you want to put it, 3-4-3, or whatever. I think he understands that. I think Wolves are now showing now that you can always buy into a manager's thing. And so for me, it's always performance, 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 because process is what will lead to the win. And I think in terms of what I've seen him, I didn't quite know him before, but what I've seen when I've watched Wolves play, yeah, I am. He's doing okay.
yeah. No,
agreed. I agree. hundred
yeah, yeah.
percent.
Did you want to add on this, Willie? Oh,
Like Sam hit the
nail.
head of the nail. Nah, I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah,
Even when I
I don't.
watch them, I'm very impressed.
True,
Yeah,
bro. Even how we won against them, we were so lucky to beat them, Brad Molyneux.
yeah,
They
yeah,
outplayed us for majority of that game. It's just that
We're
they don't know
always
exactly.
how to.
lucky, dog. We're always
Yeah.
lucky.
We just we were in the sense we are just fortunate enough that Jimenez and at the time wasn't firing on all cylinders. Because if he was, yes, I would be
Mm.
talking another thing.
Yeah,
And then guys, Bielsa
Yo,
this season,
I
guys.
that's a
start. I
tricky
want to
one,
see.
man.
Yo,
Uh,
If you asked me this last year or
yeah,
last season, sorry, I would have said like he's on the way to becoming the next Fergie. I would have said that. right? But now, like, I think he's doing all right, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's players' motivation or, when a new player has to come to the team, it messes up. Like they got Daniel James, who I don't think is a great football player, and he had to sneak into the team, so he had to put him there.
Yeah.
I think he's doing all right, personally.
Yeah. You, Sam?
Yeah, so the only reason why I would put him in the same place is I don't think Leeds are firing him anytime soon.
Yeah.
So because of yeah, again, I'm supporting exactly as you're saying because of the performances last season.
Yeah.
You know that this guy will. It's Leeds is like it's either they are losing 4-0 or they are doing the opposite.
Yeah.
So there will always be somewhere, So it's okay. But I
All
find it
right.
weird that managers who manage now always say Bielsa was an influence. Pep
Yeah.
speaks highly of him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
the
man.
funny thing for me, man, is like I watch Bielsa ball and I
yeah,
don't see the razzmatazz. I don't see like the uniqueness of how he plays. I really
yeah,
don't. But for some odd reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his locker room conversations. He gets the most out of his players. Which another thing, he has a translator on his team, so he doesn't speak English. So how is he
yeah,
doing this? So it's amazing that
yeah.
Yeah.
Pep says, but Pep is Spanish, I guess, or can speak Spanish. Um, but yeah, it's amazing that people are influenced by him. But I don't see what Leeds is doing, which is spectacular. But you guys can
Mm,
Yeah.
educate me, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. No, no, Leeds are just filled with runners, dog. Everyone in that team can
Yeah,
run. They cover the most distance out of
and
all
yeah,
the
they're
teams.
also young, right? They're very young.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
are
they
they?
are. They
Okay.
are. Yeah, they are. I mean, it's just in J this season. I feel like teams have begun to figure them out. Remember how Sheffield United did well in their opening. Actually, they
yeah,
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, they did well before pre lockdown, and then when we returned from
With is
lockdown,
it Chris Wilder?
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, with him, so I feel like teams eventually figure you out, bro. So yeah, man, I think he's also doing all right. I don't think he's gonna get sacked anytime soon. So
Yeah.
we'll just keep him there. And then, guys, Patrick Vieira, Buffett.
Ah, my second team. I think he's
Yeah,
doing
Right.
a really good job, guys.
yo, man.
This guy beat City, guys. He beat City. That's no small feat. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Uh,
Sam.
I'm. I'll speak like from a passionate point of view. Vieira is, for me, is a reminder why we need people of color managing. It's not to
Yeah.
make it a political thing, but it's just to say, from. I mean, now we can see players who we saw playing, to make it now into football coaching, management, and stuff. And it's a bit sad for me that Vieira is like the only one who I can pick. So I'm 100% biased, and people can say what they want to say, but I'm biased. But on top of me being biased because Vieira is the only guy there, Palace actually play well. Hey,
Hmm.
it's unfortunate that they kept getting draws, and I don't know. Maybe he needs to fix something in terms of the defensive side, but in terms
Yeah,
of the way they play, and he managed to buy a few players. There's a striker he got from Celtic.
yeah, Edward.
What's his name? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, baller
yeah,
that one. Plays well.
yeah.
There's this young kid from Chelsea,
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Yeah,
Yeah, super, bro. So every time I watch Palace play, I enjoy watching them play. So he is doing something right there, and yeah, like I said, because he's the only black guy there, I do support him 100%. I would
yeah,
say he's doing okay. I wouldn't put him in the good job because they were dropping so many points, which I feel is another thing. Like if you keep dropping points, at some point, like
Should catch up with you.
it
Yeah.
won't work. Yeah, but generally in terms of the way his team plays, and yeah, I enjoy it.
yes.
I,
Like
I
same
think
here.
I
Like
think Sam
also.
raised some good points, man. And if the man needs to be moved from really good job to doing all right, the man must be moved. But I'm also on Sam's side.
Now let's see.
I'm
Let's vote.
100% biased. I'm 100%
Yeah,
Yeah,
biased. That man
yeah,
black. which means he's
Yeah.
shining in my eyes. He's shining. But Sam has raised some points, bro. He's raised some points. Like this guy has drop points. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. X, what do you say?
Yeah, I'd say he's doing all right, because I think at the beginning of the season, people thought he would be the first manager to get sacked only because of how Palace used to play. Remember how they used to play under Roy Hudson?
Hodgson.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, they used to play
Very
Skop and
compact.
Donner.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much like Burnley in a way. They used to play Burnley football, and now Vieira has come in and has, of course, introduced new players within the team, and they play free flowing football. And I can't wait for Eze to return, bro, from injury
Woo,
because
Oh yeah,
love
Eze
like
that
the
is
boy.
kid, eh?
nice.
I
Yeah.
love
Hey,
that boy.
That kid is
yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. He's nice, bro. And I hope he picks Nigeria, dog, because he's Nigerian descent.
Mm.
I want to see more, especially with this AFCON, guys. This AFCON is gonna be interesting because there'll be a lot of players who are who were born in Europe and who have, of course, chosen to
Play for
represent
yeah for
a
African teams. Yeah,
for African teams, because even with this guy, Lookman for Leicester, he chose to represent Nigeria. Not that
yeah.
Nigeria needs him. He should have came to SA because we need players, man. Like I don't know, hey, man. Like, but anyway, guys, let's just move on to the next manager, guys. Rafa Benitez with Everton.
Mm. Mm.
For,
Mm.
for me, could get sacked soon.
Woo! Are you for real, Zweli, dog?
Nah, speak your part. Speak your part.
Oh, must I go first? Each
Yes,
Yeah,
time
yeah.
please.
I prefer my guests to go first, but if they insist that I go
Nah,
first, it's
go, bro. Yeah.
G. Hey man, Rafa as well is a bit shaky, in the sense that you know, um I expected more, to be honest with you. I expected more
Yeah,
from from Everton this season. I thought maybe with him coming in, he's going to like be a problem, And I mean, he's not getting smashed. That's a good thing. First things first is that the teams that he's that are in his range, he's not losing against. And at the same time, even the big teams, I mean, we played Everton and Townsend equalized, and then against Conte, they drew. It was a goalless draw. So I think I wouldn't say could get sacked really. I'd put it. I think they'll improve. It's just right now. Um, it's just. I just want to see him against teams like your Palace, your Leeds, your Wolves, and teams that are on Everton's level. I just want to see how he fares against those guys. That's when I actually say that where this guy actually lies. But for me personally, I think he's still doing all right.
then
Um,
move
you
him.
know,
Move him.
yeah, yeah. And then when I said, what do you say, Doug?
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you.
Yeah,
He had a good start to the season,
yeah,
and then he lost Calvert Lewin,
yeah.
which
Eish.
is a very important piece in that Everton thing. So yeah, but when I do watch them play, I enjoy watching them play at times. But Rafa, if he needs to defend, he needs to defend.
Yeah,
But yeah, I agree. Also, he's doing okay. They have had some poor showings of late, but I think the team having Townsend, Calvert Lewin back, Dokore, Dokore is an absolute beast this season, eh?
yeah. He is. He is.
So, which is credit to Rafa because he's given him that freedom as well to be a
Mm.
box to a box. So yeah, I think I agree with you, X there.
Yeah, and
Can I
then
back my
Yeah.
statement? He's
yes,
gonna
you may.
stay. Let him stay and doing all right. But the only reason why I said could get sacked soon is because out of the last 5 games, Everton are the only team besides Aston Villa to have not won a game. So them
Mm.
and Aston Villa are the
Oh,
only teams who have not won a game in the last 5 games. They drew, lost one, lost one, and drew. I'm looking
Drew
at this thing
again.
right now. That's why I can be
mm.
able to hit stats
Are
out
they
here.
uh
Yes.
pos in terms of table wise, are they
Yeah.
They're
the top
11th right now.
11?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
They're sitting
Yeah.
above Leicester, who have been playing very well.
Yeah.
That's where I agree with you, X. But I
Yeah.
mean, I just need someone to be in that could get sacked soon next to Ole. But let's move on. Let's move on.
He is
Yeah,
there.
let's
He's
move
there.
on.
He's there. He's there.
Okay, and then guys, let me think. Who should we pick?
Man, Newcastle.
Thomas Frank, guys, from Brentford. Where would you guys put this man?
Uh, Sam, do you want to go first?
Sad,
Uh,
sad.
in what position are they sitting at the moment? I think I need to get that
Brentford is
first.
currently 14th.
They're 14.
14. Look, they had a very good start. But
Mm,
then I suppose for any team that comes in, their first job is to survive the season, right?
Survive, yeah.
yeah,
Um, but the type of football that they also play is also very, very good.
mm,
And I think they've got that striker Ivan Tony. I think
yeah,
um, that guy's a bowler. I like watching them play.
yeah,
So for them to be 14th after 11 games is says something about the team. So I'll say doing okay because usually these guys who come in straight need a bit of some time for us
Yeah.
to see. But if you're 14th, that's three places above. You know, so
yeah,
I think he's doing okay.
yeah. And then
So
Yeah,
number
Zweli.
two
I
guy,
have to agree. I have to agree. I just the one critique I'll have of him is I feel like he's been blessed with players with immense talent, and he's not getting the most out of them based on how he plays. I think it's what's his name?
Which
The
one?
the African guy Ben something.
Which one now?
Forgot his name, man.
yeah,
Um,
I think I see this guy, but then yeah,
It's Mbuemo, but you know the
well,
other striker. Let me check their players, bruh. Let me just quickly view here. I think maybe we will. Mm,
Brentford
is
play.
it? Are you referring to Onyeka?
I think so.
Frank
Yeah,
Onyeka.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he's not getting the best out of his players, but 14th and mid table to top table is separated by like 5 points, so he's doing all
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he's doing
Mm,
all right.
okay.
Yeah. I cool. Chance. Let's move on to the next man. Southampton's manager, guys. I can't pronounce his name, guys. Please, I don't
I also
wanna.
know Ralph. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just call him
Yeah,
Ralph.
yeah, Ralph. We'll just leave it at Ralph, guys, because I can't pronounce it. Where would you
I
guys
think
put
he's
him?
doing a really good job, personally.
Dog. I fully concur, bro. Can I go first, wait?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
go
I
Yes,
go
gotta
sir.
go.
be changed there. But like for me, I thought these guys were gonna get relegated this season. I thought they're gonna be fighting there at the bottom, bro. But Southampton just keep on surviving, bro. Even last season, even the season before, remember when they got spanked 9-0 by Leicester?
Yeah,
Then all of a sudden they turn things around, bro. They start winning. And then even last season when we spanked them, was it 9-0 or 9-1? I'm not too sure how much
9-1.
we spanked
Mm,
them. Yeah, we gave them 9-1. Normally that's a sackable offense, bro. Irregardless of which team you're managing, bro. 9-1 is unacceptable. But they still come back, bro. And it's credit to the manager, bro. Like
Yeah,
even how they keep the ball. Like we didn't beat them, we drew against them. Even Chelsea, they were lucky to even get to win that game against them. Man City also drew against them because they played at the Etihad against Man City and it was a goalless draw. So they're now a team that does not concede goals as much, and that's all because of how they retain possession. I always tell people, bruh, ball retention is another way of defending. Prime Barca used to do that, bruh. They'd use guys like, for instance, PK is not your physical striker, but because he knows how to hold the ball, pass it through, you just keeping the ball prevents your opponent to score against you. And so for me, man, like I'm impressed by how Southampton played, bruh, this season. I really am.
agreed,
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah,
And I think like the way Ralph has set up the team, which is a classic 4-4-2 has
Yeah,
brought out the most in like players like James Ward-Prowse.
yeah,
I think it's pronounced Romeo.
yeah.
Um,
Romero,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, Adams is shining for me.
yeah,
Like he's able to play his game now.
yeah.
Whereas I think before previously, I may be wrong. I think he was a lone striker, and that was hurting him when he was up there. So I really respect Ralph for what he's doing, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you, Sam?
Yeah, no, I was basing it on this season. Then, yeah, I just personally don't like a manager who gets used to being spanked nine every
Nine,
time.
dog.
And he
Yo.
needs to wake up. Nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so yeah, saving Ollie for
OFS.
last. We're saving the best for the last.
Hey man, hey, we saved the best for last, dog. You'll see. I'm sure it's Sam who's gonna come up with a monologue, you know. And what's
Nah, it's
crazy is
not
that
me.
all three of us support United, so it's gonna be interesting. Okay, guys, Ushon. Hey, sis, I don't like how Burnley play, guys. I'm sorry, you know. But
I also
hey,
don't.
he keeps them out. They Burnley are a tough team to beat, though. Like, you know, but I like Maxwell Cornet, guys. Hey, you see there they
Yeah,
signed a
yeah,
baller.
yeah,
You know my
yeah.
French players, Sam. I keep telling. No, it's actually Ivorian. He chose to represent the Ivory Coast, but you know him coming from Lyon's academy. You know, he's a solid player, bro. And I feel like there's like a a gap in class between him and the rest of the players in that team. You know, the rest of the
Yeah.
players in that team are so used to high balls. Whereas he,
Yeah.
man, when he gets the ball, bruh, like you can see that this one, I know, this one knows how to play soccer. But where would you guys put this dude, Ushon Dijk?
Sam.
He's forever going to be doing okay. And unfortunately, I say he's forever going to be doing that because, like you said, if things get tough, bro, they've got
Yeah,
Wood. They'll just lump the ball in there. Chris Wood is there.
yeah,
Who is his other strike partner? Barnes. They're
Barnes.
there. The guys are just so Burnley, and I think he has survived in the Premier League for I don't know, is it 2 or 3 seasons now, or even more?
Yes, yeah, I
Where
think
I
he
feel
has
like
more. Yeah,
nothing is ever going to happen to him because Burnley is always playing around 17th, 16th, and everyone is fine with it clearly. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I
yeah,
agree. I agree. If you look at one of the biggest aspects of football, which is money. Like no one's throwing money at Burnley. No one's looking to buy
yeah,
Burnley right now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
with what he has, he's doing just like the graph says or the table says. He's doing all right. Right now, they're sitting in relegation. They've won one
Always.
out of their last 5 games, which is sad. But yeah, he's doing all right based on the fact that like Burnley doesn't have big money signings, and they're to a point where old players are not even going to Burnley to like see out their last few days. Like Burnley's just not that team.
yeah. Look
Mm.
at this guy. He's like Burnley is like a typical SA corporate company boardroom. But man, yeah, but like I get what he's talking about, you know, OFS chats, you know, like hey man, hey Burnley dog, they're that team, bro. Like hey,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen you. I seen
yeah, it's huge. Even
you.
the stadium, dog. Turf Moor looks so tired, bro. Like it's like hey man, it's like you're not even. It's like you're in the rough side of England, you know, where you know you
yeah.
find, yeah. Like you. So yeah, man. Okay, things get interesting. Graham Potter, guys, for Brighton.
Oh, guys, start with
Yeah,
Graham Potter because I've seen this guy's name touted when they say people to replace Ollie. So I want to hear you guys' view on this
yeah.
guy because they say he plays beautiful football, but he loses. So I just want to hear.
For
Must
me
that? Yeah, yeah.
personally, I
Go.
think uh,
Yeah,
he's been blessed with players, but he's not getting the most out of them. If I look at Brighton's starting lineup, there are players there that I'm like, man, this guy's good, man. This guy like could carry a team. This guy is a match winner. But I don't think Graham Potter tactically is the best manager to get the most out of the players. So for me, Hey man, I think I mean they're sitting in seventh right now, so it's tough
Yeah,
to like judge how badly he's doing. Um, so I don't know. I'll say he's doing all right.
yeah. I for one, I rate Graham Potter, Nessa, but I'm not saying that I rate him
Mhm.
to coach United. Graham is another coach who plays position based football. I mean, that's the reason why they don't concede as many goals, and that's the reason why they are capable of coming back against teams like Liverpool, teams that beat Man United 5-0. You know,
Mhm.
um, so for me, I think from like Brighton are a joy to watch, bro. I enjoy watching Brighton, bro. I mean, even the players like Zweli has mentioned, Brighton have quite a few dope players. I just don't like how he treated our South African baller, Percy Tau. I feel like he didn't give Percy Tau an opportunity, bro, to
Yeah,
express himself accordingly. And the way he plays really would suit Tau because they play the ball on the ground. They don't play long balls. It's just position-based football. And that's part of the reasons why they're seventh this season is because they've had a great start. And only because the teams that are within their what I can tier rather. I'd say their tier. Those teams they normally get points from those teams. But of course, there is a difference between him and the top tier managers, and I feel like Man United should be targeting top tier managers who suit the brand of Man United. Instead of
yeah.
targeting guys like Abo Graham Potter. That's just my opinion, bro.
Mhm.
Sam,
Okay. No,
yeah,
I agree. I don't have much to say about it because,
yeah,
like I said, Graham Potter's team reminds me of like Swansea back in the day
yeah,
where they play well, but they keep the ball. I watched them Liverpool
yeah.
game. They're very, very good. Good to watch, but yeah, it's always getting clapped. So I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know where I really stand. So yeah, since
yeah,
it's a double vote to put him doing all right, yeah, I have to agree.
yeah. Because
I
even
agree with OFS, man.
yeah, OFS. I mean, they haven't won in 5 games, 4 draws. I fear they're losing momentum. Yeah, man. I man, like I said, with Burnley, you really don't have any. Sorry, with Brighton rather, you really don't have any expectations for Brighton, dog. Their sole purpose is to just stay in the Premier League and continue getting these TV.
If I
Yeah,
was managing Burnley, bro, I'd be gunning for Europa, man. Like this
mm,
guy has players, dog. He's got Lamptey, he's got
yeah,
Mwepu, he's got Solly March, Trossard, Lallana,
yeah.
Yves Bissouma. These are
Hey,
names, bro. These are players. So I
because
would be
even
gunning
Dunk,
for Europa if I were him, but
yeah,
I'm not him, so let me shut up.
Welbeck,
well back.
Well
Premier
back.
League, Premier League
These are big
champion,
players,
well
guys.
back.
special
Yeah,
strike.
special dog. I mean, ask Real Madrid, bro. He scored at the Bernabeu against it. Okay, guys. Brendan Rodgers. Apparently, we are linked with this guy. Just off topic. Like, how do you guys feel about Brendan Rodgers managing Man United?
I don't want him at my club.
Same, yeah. Sam.
Uh, anyone but Ollie.
Okay, guys. Okay, right now, put Rogers. Where do you guys put Rogers? Which tier would you put him?
I
I think he's doing a really good job.
Really good job.
are we are
I
we are we are we basing this on this season or are we looking
Yeah.
back as well to say?
Nah, this season, guys. This season. Because for me, it's this season. Because even the title, bruh, it's you see at the bottom, Premier League managers 2021-2022
Okay,
season.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
can I change my answer? Can I change my
Yeah.
answer?
Yeah. Yeah. You better change
No,
your
he
answer.
doing all right. He's doing all right.
Yes, Sam, bro.
yeah, no,
Ahead.
I agree. He's doing okay, but the thing with Leicester is they're actually underperforming. I think this season in the league.
Hmm.
Given that he has been there for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
Solid team.
it's
But
very solid. They beat us 4-2,
again.
Sam.
Yeah, yeah. I
You can't
expect
compare
more.
anyone. Anyone can beat Manchester United. TS Galaxy could beat Manchester United. Let's not talk about that team. Carry on, Sam.
Yeah,
Even Dean Smith beat Manchester United. So yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so yeah, I agree. Like he's doing okay, just for Leicester. Like and the fact that Leicester has high expectations at the moment, obviously because they're playing in Europe and everything. So I think that's kind of holding them back. And maybe he needs to find that balance with his very small squad, which
yeah,
we know is very small. So Leicester outside their first 11, 12, 13, maybe 14,
yeah,
you are not finding as much quality as you would find in the first 13, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So with Europe added, it is unfortunate that this season he's a bit subpar. So yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, OFS is like sack, sack, sack. And then his next comment is Leicester must move on. He bottles it every season. And I feel that that's pretty much Brendan Rodgers. I mean, even with Liverpool, I mean, they were on top. Last, I
But he
think the
almost
last
won
five
it.
games.
That's what you said. He almost
eh,
won it.
But almost doesn't count. I'm not sure if you know that song by Brandy, dog.
And that's what I said. Almost doesn't count.
It doesn't, bro. It doesn't, dog. I
But
mean,
guys,
even in, yeah,
Liverpool during that time, like that was the Suarez Gerrard thing when he had moved Gerrard to play D-Link there, and yeah. So
yeah,
I feel like winning a league title takes just more than one season. So it
yeah,
that's how I feel. So I watched Klopp and I saw him get close. He had 97 points, right, or 90 whatever, but he lost the league, right? But then
yeah,
he had to keep going again and again and again because Pep knows how to win the league now. He knows when to put the gears on. One thing
yeah,
about last season, United after 19 games, which is halfway through the season, they were
yeah.
top. Like they were
Hmm.
top, top, top. Like not a goal difference thing, whatever. United were top after 19 games. And I always
Yeah.
thought to myself, damn, all is good, man. Like 19 games. So, because essentially all you're saying is, can you do the reverse of what you were doing? And at home, make sure you get 3 points. Away, make sure it's a draw at least, right?
Yeah.
So I feel for him because during that time, that was their first time, and you could see like Palace, bro, that game. No one will ever forget that game where
Yeah.
they just bottled it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he has had injuries, and this is why I say Leicester don't have a good 15, 14 players. When he had injuries, when he was in the driving seat for Champions League, even we came and we clapped him. People were just clapping him in the final games, so it's unfortunate that now people associate him with like, when it's almost you're always losing. But
Yeah.
I genuinely think if he's given a profile of players like our team, he may do something. Like it's sometimes about the profile of players, and if he can find different solutions within games, which I believe he also can, a bigger team has got 18, 19 players who can slot in there. If you
Yeah.
can put Martial, Sancho, you name it on the bench, right? It means you've got different solutions and players. So, but unfortunately, at the moment at Leicester, yes, I will agree. He's doing okay, and this season he isn't doing great, like at all.
You know,
Yeah.
you know
Here's
what's sad
another.
about that Liverpool
Yeah.
Palace game? Their
Yeah,
next game was Newcastle, and had they won
yeah.
that, they still could have won the league, but they lost. So yeah, Brendan bottles shit.
It's nerves, bro. Nerves.
It's dog. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is like you see, as you can see, OFS. Rogers is like a girl who gasses you up via text only to disappoint you on the day. But you keep giving, let yourself get gassed. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean there, but
Yeah.
GA, dog. Hey, it is what it is, man. With Rogers,
Who's
dog,
next?
like let's go to the next guy, guys. Okay, so guys, we're entering the territory, guys. Tuchel.
Yo, yo, yo,
He
yo.
landed perfectly for me.
Oh yeah,
Did he?
I also agree. I also agree. You can't be the next Fergie just one season. Just no ways. Nah, next Fergie, bro, you have to have done it for a longer duration. You know,
Agree,
yes, in
agree.
Europe, yes, in Europe, he's won the Champions League. But he still needs to win the Premier League. He hasn't won it yet. You know, so for me, I'll leave him at really. See, if this was Champions League, then yeah, maybe you'd put him with the
You-
greats because he's won it. But right now, I'm not saying he's a bad manager, he's an exceptional manager. Like Chelsea are very fortunate to have a coach of his caliber, a coach who came in midway through the season and won them the Champions League, just like that, like this, Nji, you know.
Yep.
do you
So
think he's
yeah,
gonna win them the league?
I think it's possible. The three teams at the top. Okay, no, it's no longer. Konje West Ham are ahead of Liverpool now.
West Ham are
Yeah.
third, yeah.
Yeah, damn, West Ham at third. Shit, that's
Like Moyes.
insane, man.
That's why
Hey,
Moyes is there, bro.
yes. Okay, yeah. For me, I think it's really good job. You guys,
Agree,
what do you
agree,
guys
I
think?
agree, I agree.
Sam?
Um, yeah, I'll go opposite of both of you. I'll put him in the next Fergie, and I don't do that
Wow.
lightly. And I don't do that lightly because I was
Yeah.
even chatting to X, and I was like, next Fergie, that's like huge. But the reason why I'm saying that is from the time he has taken over, he has not given me any reason to believe that he is not going to win something again.
Yeah.
Because even with Lukaku missing and stuff, Chelsea is still going on, bro.
Dude.
I mean, and Chelsea can play without Kante as well, which is a huge
Yeah.
thing for me.
Yeah.
So Thomas Tuchel for me is showing that he's a capable manager and
Yeah.
he's come in there. He has looked at something that you were saying earlier was like
Yeah.
getting the best out of the players. So it
Yeah.
means seeing that, oh, okay, X plays this position, so I would rather put him here. So I genuinely think that this guy could be the next Fergie, and that's why I would put him there. Because another thing that I also hold Tuchel like in high, like the guy doesn't concede goals, guys. He
Dude.
just doesn't concede. And they played
Yeah.
like 50 whatever games, and they're like saying he's considered like 18 or 19 goals or some shit like that. He
Yeah.
Yeah.
just doesn't concede.
Yeah.
So I rate him very highly for what he has done at Chelsea, turning it around. And after 11 games, if you can sit 3 points clear of City, of Pep.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I say we need to see because Pep has this switch in him where he knows he needs to win 10
In a row.
in a row. So we'll
Wait.
see
Yeah.
if it's the same thing. But I rate him very highly. Hey.
Yeah, and another thing is, Sam, you one attribute that Fergie had is that he was a person who also was capable of like bringing out the best out of players who you wouldn't even think are dope. Like for instance, Ross Barkley is balling now all of a sudden. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I always thought there was a baller in him. He's now, rising to. He's now elevate. He's now elevating his game, and so it's incredible, bro. Like seeing what Tuchel has done with that team,
Even
bro. Like,
Rudiger. He's getting the most
yeah,
out of Rudiger.
Yeah,
yeah,
Rudiger.
bro.
Imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And now it's really dog. It's like Tuchel can win the league.
Hey, what's up
Yeah,
now?
yeah. Yeah, man. What up now, Doug? Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah,
Listen,
like,
I agree with Sam, right? Because
yeah,
my German team is Borussia Dortmund. So I watched this man manage
yeah,
my team. So
Oh,
I agree
great.
with
Yeah.
Sam to that extent. But the only thing that I'll throw in the mix is that this is the Premier League.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
It's a different ball game. Like there he was managing one of two of the best teams in the league. Now he's managing one of six of the best teams
yeah.
in
Mm,
the league. So
mm.
I don't even know if Tottenham's in it. Let's put West Ham up there, not Tottenham. But yeah, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what Tuchel does this January window and moving forward.
Yeah, yeah,
What we
yeah,
got
yeah,
next?
yeah. Next is Arteta.
Mm,
He
mm.
landed a right fish. It's tough though.
Yeah, Arteta, man. Like at first he was here. No, he was
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Then he moved to here. Now they're on a 10 game unbeaten run, guys. Like, Arsenal are ahead of Man United. It's like,
I
Um,
oh my god, yo,
it's a tough
Jets.
one because do we look
yeah.
at the positive and the negative of being a manager, or do we
Mm,
just look at the positive of being a manager? Because from like if you look at the positive, if you look from an Arsenal standpoint, right?
Yeah,
Arsenal are going to look at Mikel Arteta and say, "Dude, with the players that we have, we should be further." But
yeah,
if you look at it from a general point of view, you're like, "I this nigga doing okay." So it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
yeah. You said, bro.
um,
Hey, this one is tough, man.
yeah, Teta's a tough one. I was thinking about where we would put a Teta because yeah, he has had a really good run at the moment.
Yeah,
But to be fair to him, I think Thomas Partey wasn't in the team at the time. Aubameyang
yeah,
was out. I think it was COVID, and then Lacazette also he had problems that time. So he didn't really have a couple of his players. Gabriel, I think in defense, he may have been missing at the time.
Yeah.
It was it's tough, bro. But look, if
uh,
we're judging by what's going on at the moment, I would say he's doing a really good job for Arsenal because
yeah,
Arsenal's expectations have been so low at the moment that for him to be where he is at the moment, I would say he's doing a really good job. He won against Leicester as well, right?
yeah.
Which was
2-0.
which was an impressive thing for me to see. So without the pressure of playing these mid on Wednesday or Thursday, he is doing a good job at the moment. And he also changed keeper. I also want to
Yeah,
put it on record that I've always said I don't rate Leno.
yeah,
So I'm happy that he changed that keeper. I don't rate
yeah.
Leno as a first choice for Arsenal. Nah, nah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And as well, I
Agree.
mean, yeah, agree, Sam. And another thing is as well is I like I think he's finally found his formation because he's now playing a 4-4-2. You know,
Yeah.
bringing because he's using both Lacazette as well as Aubameyang as the strikers. And Smith Rowe has excelled. I mean,
oh,
he's been
solid.
called up by
Yeah.
England. I also like Lakonga. I think there's a player in Lakonga. I
Mm.
like these Conji's
Tavares
Belgian.
as well.
Yeah, Tavares as well at left back. And then who's this? Is Tomiyasu
So,
or something?
yes, yes, yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
believe he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
coming back because of
And
that
and
man.
yeah, and then Gabriel
Mm.
as well, bro. Gabriel has been doing well in the
Yeah.
center, like as a center back. He's
So is
been.
Benjamin White, bruh.
You
Doing very
see,
well.
yeah, man.
I like how he used his full name. It's like
Benjamin,
Benjamin White.
That's what I saw an interview and he was like, "Don't call me Ben White. I'm
Or
Benjamin."
is it?
So yeah,
hey,
yeah. That's the only reason I used this forward.
all right, guys. Jürgen Klopp.
Next Fergie.
Dun, dun,
For me, next
dun,
Fergie. Come,
Yeah.
gentlemen, what do you say?
No, it's
dun.
fine. It's fine.
I know it's fine. Like Zweli, there we can't fight you, bro. Jürgen Klopp he's using 50-year-old James Milner.
You need to start
you know,
respecting James Milner.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, James Milner, he's with the little he has. Pella Klopp doesn't have the budget that we have as United, Chelsea, and City. Klopp doesn't have that. When you look at his team on paper, bro, like a lot of like the way he's built that team with the little he has is incredible. I mean, Robertson came from Hull. Uh, Trent Alexander-Arnold was an academy player. Gomez, academy player. Matip, when he came in, I thought I didn't feel him, but you kind of now see why he got him. I won't go to the expensive signings in Van Dijk and Allison, but I
Alice.
look at yeah, I look at the other players, bro. Like even how he got Salah back. I mean, Salah was at Roma before he came to Liverpool, and I always thought there was a player in Salah, but I never thought it would reach these. Like
Yeah,
he
neither
would
did I.
be
I knew
this
he was
dope.
good, but not like this.
Not like this. Mane as well, bro. Mane, Southampton, Mane. I think Mane has stayed consistent, dog, in my opinion. Because even at
Mm,
Southampton, he used to fuck shit
mm.
up. I mean, he scored the fastest hat trick in in Premier League history.
Yeah,
It's like in 2 minutes, So he's always been there. And as well, he's very good at turning average players into great players, bro. Like even Henderson. I mean, Hendo, Liverpool fans were coming at Hendo before this man arrived. And look at him
yeah,
now. Did you see his assist against United for Salah's goal? Like
yeah.
that pass with the outside of the foot, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's yeah, man. Like I have no qualms with him being there. But yeah, like
Yeah.
Mel just said, yeah, can turn average players into contenders, which
I
is
agree
true. And
now.
that's what Fergie is good at. Fergie was also good at turning your guys like Abu Welbeck, Jones, Tom
About West Brown.
Cleverley, Wes Brown. It's crazy, dog. And then, of course, controversial take from OFS, take Salah and Van Dijk out of the squad. Liverpool
I don't
ain't it.
agree.
Nah, I also don't.
No, I agree, guys, because
You
one
think so?
thing one thing that last season showed me was, like I was saying, some coaches do well with a small group of like players who
Yeah.
know that they're always going to be playing. And then you've got those guys on the fringes who know that I'm always coming on. So the Ox knows he's always coming on. Curtis Jones knows he's always going to come on.
Mm.
But you've got these kind of players who you always know that when Liverpool need to make a change, they're always going to call on certain players. Divock Origi knows he's
Yeah.
always going to come on. So that's the thing for me. Is like last season, Klopp kind of they kind of moaned about losing their defenders, but again, it was a peculiar situation where first choice, second choice, like CBs were gone and stuff. They had
Mm.
injuries all over. But I agree, Klopp, when he loses one of those cogs, I'm not sure that Liverpool are the same team. So that's my only thing about Klopp, where I agree with everything you're saying, guys. Like he has turned average players into good players. And one thing I like about Klopp is like he's one of those old school managers who value heart. And he's one of those
Yeah.
I'm sure who will tell you, I don't care about losing as long as you guys show me that you guys are giving me 110, on the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Always, because gen pressing, whatever. But then I have to agree with the comment to say, remove one player out of there, and I don't know if he can do the same thing, because
Yeah.
it's almost as if Virgil is now this kind of big player for them, in such a sense that if he were to
Yeah.
go, then everything goes haywire.
Yeah. I mean, they signed Dubano Konate. I think, as
I
time
was
progresses.
about to speak about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like right now Klopp does not get the backing that these other big teams get. Imagine if Klopp got the backing that Ole got, bro. What he would have built, bro. Like you'd have an even way more solid team than he has now. I just feel like with the little he has, he's just capable of just making any regular player look decent. Look at Uban Tsimikas. Whenever Robertson is not in, Tsimikas just comes in and he also fucks shit up. Even for
Yeah.
fantasy, he's always got the points. He's always assisting. It's as if you know, um, they
I I
they
agree with what
understand. Yeah,
Sam. Sorry. I agree with what Sam is saying that last season when he lost Van Dijk, everything just went downhill, right?
yeah,
But I think now with the players that have come in, it's an easy swap out. If Van Dijk
yeah,
leaves, he can move Konate in. If Salah's gone, he can put Jota.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Jota is
What's his
good.
name? The Asian
Which
player.
one? Oh, Minamino.
Minamino, I'm not saying
Yeah,
in terms of quality, they will never touch Van Dijk and Salah. But I feel
Yeah.
like now Klopp has got a better understanding of his team, which is weird because last season, I think when we looked at Liverpool's second team or their B team, it was
yeah,
Mm.
amazing. Yet he
Yeah.
couldn't shuffle it around when injuries occurred. But I think now, based on the players that he's bought, and some players are stepping out, just like you said. What's his name? Tsitsikamas.
Timikas. Yeah, Timikas.
Tsimikas. Ox is
Yeah.
stepping up. Naby Keita
Yeah.
has stepped up tenfold.
Ish. It's just
Um,
injuries, man. Injuries hurt
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy
Mm,
big time.
mm.
Yo, he's so
I
unlucky,
can't wait for
bro.
the next two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Simple,
Pep Guardiola.
simple.
It's simple, guys. Like
Ah,
Nikunina winamali ku Pep bafethu.
Oh,
Ah, khona.
no, Pepe's done it, eh? Like,
Oh, bro. And similar to Fergie, he's got two Champions Leagues. That's one thing I can say that I can like critique Fergie on. I feel like in Europe he didn't do amazingly well in Europe.
yeah.
Domestically he was great, but in Europe not so great. So yeah, Sam, I know you've got something to say about Pep. Azishe boy, say something.
hey, wafethu niyazi, mina, my thing with Pep has always been what everyone says. And it's the
Right?
same thing that I'm always going to say. Pep Guardiola was fucking lucky to start his managing career with a Messi who wore number 19. If you guys remember that kind of
Yeah,
Messi, my God,
yeah,
that guy was effing every team up. He scored a header even against us in Champions League. So
yeah,
this is the thing for Pep is Pep hasn't done anything that any manager couldn't do at any club. I will say though, at City when he did win the three cups, when he won the Premier League, when he won the FA Cup, when he won the League Cup, that's when I was
yeah,
like, nah, this is good, because I do rate him, and I think modern day player management, there's no better manager than Pep. If you watch
yeah,
his Amazon thing, I think he knows how to manage players, and he knows how to handle a big squad of players as well. So you can
Yeah.
see Murray eating bench for some time. He doesn't care. You can see Sterling eating bench. He doesn't care. So
yeah,
he's a manager who can manage a huge squad, but he's also a manager who's shown that he can also win. But
yeah,
again, if we're going to use the equalizer, as you say, Fergie disappointed you because he didn't win as many Champions Leagues. Because I think this is where we need to then rate the real goats here. Because Pep, for me, he hasn't done anything that Pellegrini didn't do, that Mancini didn't do. When you go to Bayern, they just won a treble. He didn't even win the treble. He was beat too good by Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, one time when they played Real Madrid.
yeah,
And at Barcelona during that time, he had what we could all agree could be the best team of we have seen growing up, because it had
yeah.
Xavi, it had Iniesta, it had Busquets, it had Puyol, it had Messi at his prime. So it's very difficult for me because you know why I say this, because I see other managers, right? I see Ancelotti, for example, right?
Yeah, Don
I look
Carlo.
at the I look at the Champions Leagues he has,
Mm.
and I'm like, this guy's a don. I look at the league titles he's won all across, but it's like managers are good. They just move around and look for different kind of environments, different challenges and stuff. This is why even today, if you speak about Mo is a good manager in my mind, right? Now that he's gone to Roma, it's maybe just a different challenge for him, but he can easily scoop the highest job if he wants, right? Portugal, for example, national team, that's a job that's like waiting for him.
Yeah.
So Pep has always gone to the easy stuff, which is a team that's already winning. And on top of that, at City, the guy has spent. Yes,
Oh,
yes. He's spent money. So that's another thing. It's like this is why even till now we sort of associate spending with like winning, because Klopp spent big, and then you put Allison there, then you put Virgil there, then we're like, oh, so spending works, but it works. It works when you've got a coach who can also coach. So I don't want to hate on Pep anymore. I think he's a great manager. He's a good man manager. He knows the game. He can read it well. Sometimes he tinkers a bit too much. Sometimes if he fucks it up, like in the
yeah.
Champions League final. But yeah, I suppose he's the next Fergie, and if he stays, at City for long. He may just be the next Fergie in the sense that he's been there for like 5 years, I think, or six, but he's had like four Premier Leagues, three Premier Leagues, some shit like that. So he is a goat, but come on, guys, I really
Yeah,
want him to go. I want to see him manage Roma. Like really, I
yeah,
really do want to see that.
yeah. You see, this guy is like luck is subjective. If Sam Allardyce had the money of Man City, do you think he would have won the league? In my opinion, yeah, of course, Sam Allardyce wouldn't win. Yeah, man.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying. It's like Pep. So sorry, X. I just want to say I'm not saying Pep isn't good. I
Yeah,
want people to listen. Like Pep is a really good manager. His understanding of the game, top tier. His learnings from Johan Cruyff and everyone, top tier. But I just need to put everything in context. Where you go to Bayern Munich, Bayern wins the league every year. Everyone knows that. Like you
yeah,
go to City, where Pellegrini had won, where Mancini had won. Of course, now he's putting it to scale with getting the 100 points and whatever. That's why I say he's a good manager. But I still don't have that respect for him that I have for a Jose who went to Inter with like old guards. I was Klopp. With Klopp, Klopp
yeah,
went to Liverpool with Henderson and made him
yeah,
a captain who was lifting Champions League trophies.
yeah,
So yeah, that's just my only thing. But yeah,
yeah.
goat. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, like you know what? Let's just leave these two guys here at the what I can at the next Fergie, and then drum roll, please. But he doesn't deserve a drum roll. Our manager, guys, early gonna freestyle. Where would you guys put?
Hey, Mr. Pezul.
Yeah.
Yeah, sack him ASAP. Mangaphume lo muntu. Hey, hey, kaka le manager. How can you not manage the players that you have? Oh my God, it's insane. What do you guys think?
Sam, dog. Okay, Sam has said a mouthful previously,
Yeah, no,
but
I've said
you
a
know what?
mouthful. So yeah, you
Yeah,
you,
like
you guys can say.
For me
it.
personally, like obviously we all follow social media and we hear about the board backing him and stuff like that. But this is goalpost, and on goalpost we're expressing our opinions. I think Ole should have been sacked a long time ago. This is not 1990s where you give managers about 3 years to build a squad. Right now, with the squad that he has, with the current phase or period in which football is in, this man is not doing a good job. He has been saved constantly by Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's going to be exposed even more now. Pogba's gone. He's looking at now. His management, his player management is being exposed because he was treating Donny very badly, but now he has to call upon Donny. If I was Donny van de Beek, I'd be like, oh really? Now you want me to play? Now I must turn up for you. You know what I'm saying? Players like Jadon Sancho are not feeling the need to turn up for him.
Mm,
Mason Greenwood is hungry. He's
mm,
playing his best, but that's because of the player he is. He's not doing it for all day, in my opinion. Cavani, Edison Cavani, what a experienced player. There were times when he wasn't starting them or bring him on the bench in time. I mean, bring him off the bench in time. So for me, I don't rate Ole. I'm so sorry. I know Alex took a long time to win anything, but like I said earlier, that the current period that we are in, the money that he has, the backing, the knowledge. Of course, we have a horrible sporting director, but
Mhm.
I just think that Ole should be sacked, personally.
Yeah, no, no, that's true. I concur, really. The thing is that it also shows you the ambition of our board because at the end of the day, the people who do the sacking is the guys at the top,
Yeah,
and with them not sacking Ole and getting Conte in immediately, it just shows you the lack of ambition that they have. They don't want a coach who's overly ambitious, who will call
yeah,
them out. Because I feel like even with LVG had an interview. I think it was the time when Mourinho was managing United. He was just speaking about how he was not backed
mm,
and how Woodward um, would get the fourth or fifth best, the fourth or fifth player on the list that he provide to Woodward. he wanted Sadio Mane for one, Woodward, you know, udlale ngamafinyela and took his time. Um, he and when you look at LVG's tenure, like you look at the players that won the FA Cup, Tyler Blackett, Paddy McNair, who's this guy? Broadford Jackson. Fucking dude, we're poverty side there, dog. Fellaini, like, well, we wonder, like, he did miracles with trash players, and that's because our board just isn't willing to back our club, man. And it's just so sad right now, bro. What's currently happening, bro? Even these who's this guy? These guys about Gary Neville, the class of '92, including Ferdinand, they also have,
Ferdinand changed his
yeah.
perspective. He wants Ole
It's,
out.
it's because they grilling him on Twitter. You know, it just
Yeah,
shows you that, guys, we need to now move past Fergie, and Ferguson also needs to fuck off from United. I'm sorry, he's an
agreed.
old man. He needs to go and relax and go on holiday and leave Man
Agreed.
United politics out, because he's another person who of course, what, like, has sympathy for Ole. And at United, we are a big club. We shouldn't be having any sympathy for anyone, dog.
Yeah,
Here, we demand nothing but the best. And if you don't give us the best, you need to leave, irrespective of who you are. And that's why I respect Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans are the most ambitious bunch of fans in the world, bro. Like, all Chelsea fans will tell you that if things aren't going well, leave. And it's been working for them. I mean,
it
they've
has.
got 2 Champions Leagues in the last 9 years, dog. Two. You know, Tinas, when are we gonna ever even win the Premier League? Because right now, dog, it
Dog,
looks very
pause. We're in
dire.
a Premier League. When are we
Yeah,
gonna win anything? X. LVG did something for us. Jose did
yeah,
something for us. What are we gonna? What is Ole going to do for us? He finished second.
ish.
That's all he gets. But what is he
Yeah,
gonna do for us? Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt you.
Sam, let's go,
Mm.
Sam. Do you have anything
No,
to
no, no,
say?
cool. No, I don't want to add anything more. It's just here. You know my position on Oli. I just think from a football metric point of view,
Yeah,
when you look at the number of points we have had, when you look at the failures to win any cups, a football metric, and you aren't even saying style of football, which was what people used to say, like
yeah,
Mourinho plays boring football.
yeah.
So, but you also look at the personnel that someone has, and then you can also judge them there. So the reason why I was saying I really don't rate Pep sometimes is Pep signed three out of the back four in one season, I think, including the keeper. Like he can do that, and I think the board has given Oli support to sign the captain for 80 million. That was wild, but we signed. Bisaka was signed for 50 million, which was wild, but we signed. But I think one of the greatest things with Oli is even the players we then signs. Ahmad should have gone on loan this season, but he has kept him. He said he wanted to. He said he wanted to use Jesse in the squad, but he should have like I don't know because he hasn't played him. Um, Donny is the classic example of a player who you sign and you never use. Tellez
Yeah.
is also another example of a player who you sign but you rarely use. So sometimes in the signings, it is a problem. But you know, one of the biggest things I have against Oli is this: after he won his first game in charge, I think it was against Palace, if I'm not mistaken. I
Yeah,
think he won 5-1 or something
yeah.
in that game. His post-match interview, he said, "Football is easy when you've got good players."
Mm,
That's
mm,
what he said.
mm.
And what I have seen from the 3 years is he's taken almost everyone who played in that first game of his, shipped them out, and he's brought in new players. So there was an acknowledgement there, even from him, to say the players who got to 81 points and finished second were not good enough to win us the league.
Mm,
So when he finishes second with 74 points or something like that, then I have to question him and say, but you were saying those who were there were not good. So what are you doing with these ones? because
Oh, okay.
you wanted
Okay.
a you wanted a big squad, bro. Like he's got Martial, and I'm very sorry. I don't think Martial is gonna play anytime soon.
Mm.
Sancho, I don't know if he's gonna play anytime soon. Rashford is being accused of favoritism because Rashford came back from injury. He doesn't train. He hadn't trained as much as everyone, but he just put them in there. I remember Mourinho wanted to sign Perisic once, and some of our fan base was like, "Nah, he's taking old guys." Right now, we've got a 36-year-old and a 34-year-old who are leading our line. So I don't know. Oli is all over the place, and one of the biggest things against him is his staff, right, are a big problem for me. And it's another thing where you want to compare managers. Ateta, if you look at Ateta's staff, right, he chose the experienced people to be part of his staff. All his staff, bro, he's still calling Fletcher, hey man, come on board, man. Carrick, come
Mm.
on, manage here. Makina, like we don't know who those guys are. And if anything, I saw this on YouTube and it was funny. The biggest thing is Roy Keane doesn't shout anymore. Roy Keane is sad. That's how you know Ole needs to go because that guy is always angry. But
Yeah.
Roy Keane, as I saw him speak after the City game, and he was like, you know what? At some point, we just have to say we've been pointing at the players, right? This guy's
Mm.
not good enough. This guy's not good enough. This guy's not good enough. When are we going to say the manager isn't good enough? Because it's sad at this point. Like I don't even fight. I'm not even angry about it, and I'm not even like Oli is out of his depth. It's unfortunate. He's been out of his depth for some time, and I think we need to pray to God that the gear letting 11 penalties in is our saving grace at this point. Because if we had won the Europa League final, yes, yes, we would have been.
Yo, H
So
dog.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I know it is what it is, guys. Like we all know that this guy is just out of his depth. A lot of people out of their depth in United. I just feel like it's a structural issue as well. You know, when you look at guys like about Ed Woodward, who's a banker, you know, he's very good at like getting deals over the line.
Yeah.
He's not good. He doesn't know football, bro. And that's part of the reasons why guys like Abu Conte would never go for your Zidans or your Contes because they want complete control. And rightfully so, right? Because I mean they've won Champions Leagues. You know, I'm referring this to Zidane. I mean Zidane has won
Yeah.
trophies, and so of course if it comes to the helm, he'd say, okay, Ed Woodward, bro, like, you know, I'm gonna put you under immense pressure, dog. Like, you better get me what I want, you know, like like and that's how it's supposed to be, you know. And I just feel like our team in J, we're not moving like a big team, you know. We've got the money, we've got the brand, but how we move as a club is just not on, bruh. And I did see on Twitter that there's gonna be a strike at Old Trafford. It'll be a Glazer out strike. You know, hopefully the fans there can make their voice like heard. You know, move like Orlando Pirates, because I feel like in SA Pirates know how to get the attention of Ivan Koza. Remember when we were losing 7-0 against uh, Sundowns? The fans came
Yeah.
on, but they came onto the pitch and started, you know, pulling cables for and stuff like that. Our fan base knows how to, get the attention. But I'm not here to encourage violence. But it would be nice if it was a huge turnout, and and yeah, man, it sucks, man, being a United supporter right now. We just hope that things can change for our club. I just prefer if our club could be sold. We need Arab money. We need duffel bag guys who just pull through the duffel bag. Whenever it's time to sign players, they just pull out that duffel bag and put it on the table. And yeah, that's what I feel like. I just feel like we just need new owners, and a lot of our problems will be solved. There'll be the standard will return that this is United. We need to be competing with your Chelseas, Liverpools, and what again, and Man City, and as well as your Real Madrids of this world. Yeah. So yeah, one more comment chat says X one of these days do an episode where you think yeah
It'd be interesting.
yeah that would be interesting. Yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah, no, thanks for
Up
the
next on Goalpost.
yeah, no doubt, dog. Yeah. But anyway, gents, an hour and 19 minutes and we pushed, gents. No. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Shout out
Guys,
X. I think this table's perfect, man.
yeah, no, me too. I also think it's perfect. I hope with the viewers they can decide as to where we need to make any alterations. But guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help me, guys. Help us out with the algorithm. And yeah, this is the goalpost. Zweli and Sam, thank you so much for availing yourself.
Always.
Peace out, gentlemen.
Cheers,
Later.
bro.
Peace.